Oksana here from bewellbuzz. Our wellness entails many parts, including health, relationships, happiness, work, and organizing each area greatly contributes to our overall wellness. Today we're starting a 5-part series called Organize Your Home and Your Life, where we will take you through different areas of your home and show you how getting organized can help your mental, physical, and emotional health. Kathi Burns is an expert in this area. She is an author and board-certified professional organizer. Kathi is recognized as the leading authority on the art of adding space and getting organized. Her advice is regularly featured in magazines like Real Simple, Better Homes and Gardens, and Oprah Magazine. She is also NBC and Fox News organizing correspondent. Kathi has an online course called Home Organizing Made Simple that helps people add space to their life so they can realize their dreams with much less effort. Kathi is here today to speak with us how clutter affects our life and why we often end up with too much of it. I am pretty organized, but still find myself collecting piles of things to go through later, which I usually have to force myself to do so, as pile just gets overwhelmingly big. Maybe you can relate to this too and have clutter around your home right now. So Kathi will give us tips on how we can get unstuck from things that make us completely inefficient. I know, and I'm sure you know as well, when our environment is organized and spacious, we become happier, healthier, and more joyous in all areas of our life. Today, we will learn how to add more space to our life. Welcome, Kathi. Can you tell us more about yourself and how you got started with this?
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Well, it started when I was really a small child with my father. My father was Mr. Systems Man. He would make systems within systems within systems. He even Dewey Decimaled his book collection. And so it drove us all a little bit crazy, but I still admired it at the same time. And I guess I learned it vicariously. Well, I went through life and I worked my way through school, worked my way through college, work, right? Was on the money train, so to speak, and developed a publishing company with my husband. We looked around to ourselves, or we looked around and kind of discover, what are we doing here? But we were kind of stuck in that situation where we had just worked our way into it, which I know a lot of you people have probably been in the same situation. You go through college, you go through things, and then you end up being someplace that you didn't know that you were going to be, right?
Yeah.
So what happened with us, we were in the tourism industry in Florida, and 9/11 hit. And it was a big crush to the United States and to the world, but to us it was actually a blessing because we lost our company, and at that point we had all the space in the world to reinvent and decide what we wanted to do. And so that was fantastic for us because it got us out of the stuck place where we were. And I actually had the benefit of having a space of a year given to me by my husband to reinvent myself and decide what I really wanted to do when I grow up, so to speak, right? So I had that space and time, and during that course I figured out that what I really love to do, because I've had probably 12 careers prior to this, was change. I love to change, and I embrace change, and I'm not scared of change. What I also found in retrospection is that a lot of people are very scared of changing. And so I figured that what I could do best in the world to offer my talents was to help people move through change and transition. The way that I know to move best through change and transition is to let go. And so that's what I do, is help people let go of their external environment of things so that they can do what they really want to do.
Exactly, to have that internal freedom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Well, I had a pleasure to go through your course, and throughout the course I found very interesting that in the beginning you were talking about that being stuck greatly depends on how much actually stuff in your house is there. So how did you actually figure that out? Was that like energetic thing? Was that something you were studying? What was that?
I think it was energetics, but what I also found was that the more people hold on to things, the less likely they are to change. In fact, there's a direct correlation between our relationship with change and our relationship with things. What I found throughout the years is if I walk into an environment where there's a lot of stuff and just overloaded atmosphere, that the person generally is scared of change. They're in fear.
And they don't used to it, I guess, right?
Yeah, they don't want to make that jump to let go. They're in fear. They're either in the past where they're holding on to memories, or they're scared to jump forward into the future. They're not being totally present. And so, so the whole beginning part of the course is all about, you know, your relationship with change versus your relationship with things, because it's a definite correlation.
For sure, yeah. Holding on to some old stuff that really doesn't serve you. You just really don't want to throw it away. Well, it's time to do it. In your course, Home Organized Made Simple, you talk about how adding space has a profound effect on helping you get unstuck. So you can move forward, become clear, and you can achieve your objectives. So let's talk about that a little.
Okay, I know for a fact that whenever there's no space, or whenever you're cluttered and surrounded with stuff, it's very hard for you to focus and to even have any clarity of thought in order to move forward. And so I know for a fact that if you add space even to a very small part of your life, it has a big ripple effect throughout your life. And there are other areas of your life become much more clear. You have a better ability to focus. And as we go through this series, we'll talk about all the different areas and how clutter in certain areas can zap different parts of your energy and your psyche. And we'll show you how to actually move forward through a lot of that stuff as we go.
So it sounds like, I mean, all that stuff laying around can really zap your future in a way, right?
It does. It makes you stuck either in the past or projecting into the future things that aren't.
That's not really yours.
That's not really yours, right.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
So it sounds like letting go of things can actually give you more energy. As you become more clear, you feel like you will have a lot more time to concentrate what you actually want to do, and essentially have more energy to go and experience life the way you should experience it.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, every single thing in your life requires energy from you. People don't really realize that, but even as small as a sweater. Okay, so you decide that you're going to buy the sweater, right? You spend a lot of energy. Okay, I need it purple, I need it this size. You spend the energy going to shop for it. You get it. You spend the financial energy to bring it home, you know, to buy it. You bring it home. You put it on. Maybe at that point you feel fantastic, and that's the first point that that sweater is giving you any energy at all. It's taken, right? Yep. So say you bring it home. You got it on sale. You bring it home. You wear it, and it's terrible. And then you have the energy around, okay, I need to take it back, but then you don't take it back, so you're beating yourself up about, you know, here I spent all this money and I didn't take it back. So energy. So as you realize, that's just one sweater.
Yeah.
So everything in our life, we are guardians of, and it requires energy from us. And so you really have to make sure that everything in your life gives you more energy than what it takes. Psychically, physically, monetarily, space-wise, everything.
Everything. Interesting. That is so true. So you literally can have more time and more energy to focus on important things like people, projects, activities that you always wanted to do. So getting things done can enhance your feels like self-esteem and the quality of your life, your physical condition, your mental balance, and all of those things.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about one of my clients that was very interesting. She called me in. She had bought a beautiful home on a golf course, and her idea was to play golf. She really wanted to do that. It's like a second part of her life, right? So she bought the house, but she found herself unable to go out and play golf because she had all of this stuff within her home that was zapping all her energy, that she felt like she couldn't play golf because she was in clutter and in disarray and her life was not in order. And she felt guilty for going out. So she called me in. We actually cleared and organized, actually got rid of 2 other storage units besides the house, got all this stuff out of her life that no longer was part of her life because she had moved forward, right?
Yep.
And now she plays golf all the time, and I don't hear from her. But she can actually be on purpose and do what she wants to do without the guilt of feeling there's stuff that I need to do.
So it seems like, you know, when you organize your life, your house, essentially, your garage, whatever it is, you will have a lot more time to do things that you want to do. But how do you actually find time to do all this cleaning stuff? Like, I always find myself that there's not enough time at all in a day to do what I even have on my to-do list. So how would someone even go with that?
Well, you're not alone. The Wall Street Journal says that 48% of Americans say they don't have enough time to get organized. Or enough time, period, right? So this is what you do. You just start where you can. It doesn't matter where you start really, which is what's very interesting about it. Because like I said, one small little thing ripples into other areas. So the most important thing for you all to do is just to start somewhere. Start where you feel that you can on your own. It could be the junk drawer, although that might be a bit scary. It could be your sock drawer. Wherever you start, it doesn't matter. It just matters that you start. Because what happens is letting go is a muscle. And you might start off going, I can't let go, I can't let go, and you talk yourself into it and you let go and you let things go out of your life, which we'll talk about later on how to actually do that. But you'll find that you'll become very powerful and you'll have that letting go muscle developed, and it'll just get bigger and bolder and bolder. And the more things that you can master, even on a very small scale, will allow you to master the larger and larger things, like possibly the garage.
So it's all about action, actually going in, taking whatever you want to pick first. Doesn't matter exactly, drawer, closet, whatever that is, and actually doing it. So Kathi, can you please share other ways, maybe some methods that you got or some tips how people actually can get started right away, today, now?
The one thing that I want each and every one of you to do is to go get yourself a box and make it a donation box. Put donations right on there, put it right by the door where you exit, and start putting things into that box. A permanent donation box should be a part of everyone's home and life. Because I know what happens is we go through life, we're like, this doesn't work, or I don't like that, and then we put it back down because there's nowhere for it to go, so to speak. So if you have a permanent donation box set up, right now, go home and do it, or you might be home, go ahead and get your box. Actually start putting things into that box right away. Get to know where your local donation station is. There's always one within 5 to 10 miles of you, unless you live out in Idaho somewhere. But find out where your donation station is and where to take the goods. After it's full, take it away, and you will have actually completed step 1.
Oh, fantastic.
This is just part of, one of the things that we're going to be teaching and talking about in the series, but also it's only a part and parcel of my actual course, Home Organizing Made Simple. It's part of an online program, and what happens is I'm with you every step of the way with checklists, videos. I give you tutorials to help you clear every nook and cranny of your home.
In order to inspire you to start creating change in your life today, Kathi is being very generous and she wants to give away 3 simple home organizing ebooks. In order for you to get one, you need to post before and after picture on our bewellbuzz Facebook page, which we will include the link below this video, and we will pick the top 3 winners.
Absolutely.
Kathi, any other inspiring words to everyone right now?
Go ahead and do it. Add some space, make some change. Give us a beautiful before, a beautiful after. We'll vote, and 3 lucky winners will get an ebook prior to the next segment. So go get started.
Exactly. In the next segment, we're going to pick the winners, award you the book, and we're going to explain and share some tips on how to organize your kitchen.
The kitchen.
See you next time.
See you then.